Terence Crawford is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this four-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion 3 times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts. You don't see people doing that very often. Going up against a guy who was perceived as being bigger and stronger, Crawford was strong. Crawford was strong enough to fend him off, strong enough to make him respect his own power. He used his jab, he used his distance. He had poise in the ring, he wasn't rattled. He backed up and moved when necessary and kept us different. He exchanged enough to gain respect when necessary. It was a brilliant, brilliant, masterful fight on Terence Crawford's part.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I was?
Terence Bud Crawford and Floyd Mayweather clashed live on air, and it quickly got heated. Floyd tried to downplay Bud's win over Canelo, claiming Canelo wasn't that good. Fans saw it as jealousy. 2 eras collided. Legends unwilling to share the throne. Floyd focuses on exhibitions with Mike Tyson, while Crawford dominates his divisions. The studio fell silent, knowing this was more than talk, a warning from a new king. It began as a simple debate. Who's the better fighter, Floyd Mayweather or Terence Crawford?
In the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd.
Crawford stayed calm and respectful, saying, Floyd paved the way, no doubt, but every generation has its king. I'm just doing my thing.
Start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going up that much.
Now,
But Floyd didn't take that well. He leaned in and shot back. Canelo was never that good. Beating him doesn't make you me. The studio erupted and fans flooded the live chat because one thing's clear. You don't downplay what Terence Crawford has accomplished.
How you is, you be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever, keep it real, boss, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
Boy, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
After all, Bud didn't just beat Canelo. He dominated him. 12 rounds of precision, no controversy, no excuses. The sport's biggest star was made to look ordinary. While Floyd prepares for a Mike Tyson exhibition, Crawford is busy unifying boxing.
Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather is happening. What the f is going on? This is where boxing is in 2025. And listen, I'm not going to complain because I understand the layout of things. We already had Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. We have Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis. This feels like the Temu version of it. And that sounds crazy because we have 2 of the greatest of all time about to participate in this, but both of them are about 30 years past their sell-by date in an exhibition bout in which their weights will be 60 to 70 to 80 pounds different. If you got on board with Jake and Mike, it was because at least they were going to weigh this thing. I don't even know what to think. Someone on Twitter said it perfectly. Either everybody in the world is going to want to watch this or 10,000 people will watch it. Probably both men want a shit ton of money and they're being promised a shit ton of money, but
That's when Bud interrupted him, saying, then prove it. Not on Twitter, not in interviews. Do it in the ring. The internet went wild.
This is the situation, guys. No one has ever been a 4-division champion in boxing. Not a real one. Oh, Pacquiao won 8 and Oscar De La Hoya won 11 and this one won 15. No, I'm talking about Ring Magazine champ or lineal champ. You are the champion of that division.
Get them all.
Forever, the record was 3 by Henry Armstrong. Manny Pacquiao was the first dude to really win 4. Floyd gets credit for 4 for beating Canelo, but that wasn't at the junior middleweight limit. I don't count that. I don't count that. Terence Crawford just joined Manny Pacquiao as the only legit 4-division champion in the history of boxing. And he did it by jumping middle. He came lightweight, junior welter. Then he won a belt at junior middle, not the whole championship. And then skipped middle to fight Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed, for the Ring Magazine super middleweight championship of the world, and left no doubts, including with Canelo, who was all class after the fight but knew what had just happened.
Terence Crawford isn't chasing fame. He's rewriting history. At 42-0 with 31 knockouts, he's the first male boxer to become undisputed in 3 weight classes: lightweight, welterweight, and super middleweight. And he did the hard way. No cherry picking, no catch weights, no politics.
Too, but honestly, there could be the way where you put Crawford over Mayweather. Because of going up, you didn't see Mayweather go up from 147 to 168. That's crazy, bro. And not even, and honestly, I thought Crawford was gonna have more of a hard time because he had a hard time with Madronov. So imagine going up to it. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, but I don't want to take nothing away from Mayweather. Mayweather's the greatest of all time. But I think that was a really big risk that Crawford took, and then he ended up winning. You know what I mean? So you have to give credit to that too. I mean, that's a big risk. That'd be like me going up and fighting Usyk right now, heavyweight.
I know that's been kind of hinted.
I'm not thinking of that right now. I'm not thinking of that right now. No, but that's kind of like how that'd be. You know what I mean? So you have to, bro. That's a lot of. He has a lot of balls to do that. And not only to go do that to show the world that he's really like.
From dismantling Errol Spence Jr., a fighter many said was too big, to moving up 2 weight classes and outboxing Canelo Alvarez in front of 70,000 fans, Crawford isn't just the best today. He might be the best ever.
Canelo a couple of times, and he looked spectacular. Congratulations to Terence Crawford for that great performance, and man, it was a great fight.
Were you expecting more from Canelo?
I was expecting a lot more. I was expecting Canelo to knock out Crawford, to be honest with you, because it's 3 weight divisions. Well, he did fight one time at a higher division, but and to me, it's 3 weights. You know, he had to go up a lot in weight, and that's what I was expecting. But at the end of the day, you know, I got to give respect to Canelo. You know, he has done so much in boxing that it will be hard for somebody else to achieve and make. He trained hard, you know, and he said that he tried, but the body did not respond. And I've been saying that, you know, the body is worn out. You know, Canelo is young, but in boxing life, he's.
Analysts like Max Kellerman are already saying Crawford's resume might be even cleaner than Floyd's.
Wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. Oh, yes. That makes a difference to people.
Here's the thing. Floyd's 50-0 record is legendary, but many of those fights came at the right time. Pacquiao passed his prime. Mosley slowed down. Crawford, on the other hand, takes fighters at their peak and shuts them down completely.
It's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather.
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually, he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can't knock him as well. You know, he's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
While Floyd fought to protect his unbeaten record, Crawford fights to protect his legacy. That's why today fans focus less on numbers and more on impact. As Crawford rises higher than ever, Floyd's empire seems to be cracking.
Canelo couldn't really keep up with him. He was too fast. His feet, footwork was too good.
Do you think the scores was right on, or do you think maybe it was a little more towards Bud?
What was the scorecards?
115, 113, 116, 112.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah?
I feel like Bud damn near basically won every round, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about right. You can say that.
Now, with this accomplishment, Keyshawn, is he on the Mount Rushmore of
Hell
boxers?
yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
3-time undisputed. He just beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The face of boxing. So now you can say Bud is the face of boxing.
Greatest of all time, or?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it can never be one great, but he definitely one of the greatest of all time. For sure.
Let's be honest, Floyd Mayweather changed boxing forever. He turned it into a billion-dollar sport and built a brand that made fighters rich just by associating with his name. But lately, that shine is fading. The once undefeated king is now promoting circus fights, like his upcoming exhibition against Mike Tyson. Yes, the 58-year-old still throwing bombs and still dangerous.
You're going to be fighting Floyd Mayweather. Why the hell did he agree to fight you? That seems like a bad decision by him.
Well, listen, I was minding my business. I'm flying my birds, tending to my children, and he's the one, he came with the sign. His name was on the contract signed already. And he's talking really bad and nasty to me, so I was like, God damn. I thought we were friends, he talked crazy. He's all right.
That's got to be such a cool thing for boxing fans, though, Mike, to have two of the all-time legends in there. Are you excited just to see the thing of that like it was with you and Roy?
Nah, man, we gonna get him, man. What you talking about? Start talking crazy, like kick his ass.
He doesn't know what he signed up for.
Yeah, I told the exhibition, he's talking crazy.
So he's like, but Mike, come on, man. He can't be doing anything to you. Like, that's a bad decision by him.
Hey, he made it.
Fans aren't impressed. What was once hailed as the best ever is now being called the greediest ever. This fight doesn't add to his legacy. It risks it. Doctors, pundits, and even other fighters are calling it reckless.
Tyson, if there were some pre-arrangement for this fight, Tyson's animosity, well documented towards Floyd. Any chance that he's going in there and, and saying, hey, screw all, I don't care what agreement was made, if there was one at all, I want to kill this dude?
Nah. He's going to get a check. Floyd's going to get a check. And they're going to get a check that's real huge because of their names. So nobody's finna fuck them.
Floyd's facing a man who can still knock people out cold. And he's doing it for clicks, not competition. Meanwhile, Crawford defends boxing's purity. Real fights, real titles, real stakes. So when the host asked Floyd why he won't fight Crawford, he dodged, saying, I already proved everything.
That if he beats Canelo, it could put him as even the greatest of all time. What does that put him in the all-time list, man?
At least top 10.
At least
top 10 or top 15,
yeah.
Easily, There's guys that we may not know of or heard of, like Henry Armstrong. Simultaneously, he was 3 divisions carrying all 3 weight divisions at the same time.
Which performance was better? I don't like to compare them, but Crawford or Mayweather's over Canelo. Like it's just different.
It's just different styles, different looks, But the punching, the output that he was giving Canelo, definitely gave him the win.
I don't need to chase young fighters, Floyd said. Bud just smiled. His silence said it all. Crawford didn't yell or flex. He said one thing that shut the room down. I'm built different. I don't chase money. I chase moments. That line hit Floyd like a body shot, because it's true. Floyd became a billionaire by fighting safe. Crawford is becoming a legend by fighting everyone.
That Terence fought a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
He's not hiding behind retirement. He's not picking influencers or old names. He's stepping up, daring to do what Floyd never did, risk it all. That's why when Floyd said Canelo wasn't that good, it sounded bitter. Everyone knows Canelo was his guy. He trained him, mentored him, and then watched Crawford make him look human. Now Floyd tries to spin it, saying Canelo's washed. But Budswin didn't just expose Canelo. It showed how far Floyd has fallen from the fight game. Crawford isn't chasing nostalgia. He's building the future. Right now, boxing is split in two. The entertainment era, with influencer fights, gimmicks, and nostalgia bouts, and the era of fighters like Crawford, Usyk, and Inoue, keeping the sport alive the right way.
Chris Eubanks trainer, first of all.
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been this trainer before, so
Yeah, it's good.
it's a no-brainer.
Of course, congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he at this point now in his career where he could do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Floyd's side sells drama, Crawford's side sells legacy, and fans are noticing. When the Tyson fight was announced, people cringed instead of cheering. Meanwhile, every time Crawford speaks, the sport listens. He's not calling out retired fighters, he's calling out champions. He's not chasing paydays, he's chasing challenges. That's why even legends like Roy Jones Jr. say Crawford might have already surpassed Floyd. Greatness isn't just about records anymore, it's about risk. And Bud has taken them all. After that interview, the live chat went wild. Half the fans chanting TB, the best ever. The other half shouting TB2 Bud's era.
Like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight. And that's what led him to be so great, you know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions, you know, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, back to back to fight.
Twitter blew up with posts saying Mayweather sold out his legacy. Crawford doesn't talk, he delivers. The Mike Tyson fight? That's a Netflix special waiting to go wrong. Even pro fighters are divided. Shakur Stevenson sided with Crawford, saying, "We're watching greatness right now. Appreciate it while it's here." Calvin Ford stayed neutral, calling both fighters goats of their eras. And he's right. Floyd built the platform. But Crawford is reminding the world why the sport matters.
Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We even had the conversation go as far as who would win this fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
Yes,
fight.
sir. I
Floyd
love you, Terence.
always figures it out.
Yeah, he's a chess
super-
master.
yeah,
his IQ and
But
that
the funny
success is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out. You know?
Yeah, that's true. But you gotta
Can't
have
say
an
that
OG
about
somewhere.
anybody
though.
else. Yeah.
There's an OG Somebody somewhere. gotta that pioneer, you can't right? out-figure Yeah, out. you gotta. There's an OG you can't out-figure out somewhere, and I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't.
Every generation has its icon. Ali to Tyson, Tyson to Floyd. Now Floyd watches that torch burn in Crawford's hands. The difference? Bud didn't ask for it, he earned it. Floyd built an empire mastering boxing's business. Crawford built a legacy mastering the art. He's not ducking fights or waiting for the right payday. He's facing giants and making them look small.
Fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. Go. Greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches. Not just me, Saul, Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists. You know, everybody played the part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course. Of course he is.
While Floyd chases headlines with Mike Tyson, Crawford chases immortality. This live interview mattered, not for ego, but for evolution. One man built the sport's foundation. The other is building its future. By the end of the segment, neither backed down. Floyd proved he's the blueprint. Crawford proved he's the upgrade.
I beat this guy. It's an excuse. I beat this guy. You know, he's too young or whatever. So I'm never really going to give my full respect until afterwards. Yes, you know, it's a lot of people that's changing their narrative. Like, man, y'all watching something great right now, and we not appreciating it. And it's sad to say that we waking up at the tail end of his career. You know, we really didn't realize it until now when he's like doing extraordinary stuff, like going up 2 weight classes to fight the best fighter in that division, the #1 guy that's the face of boxing, you know. And the way that I handled that, people like, oh man, something had to be wrong. Canelo had to be washed, or Canelo just wasn't in it. And I see people saying, oh, Turkey paid for Canelo to lose, you know. So I just think, you know, when you that much better than the competition, you know, people not going to give you credit until they sit down and look at it and just be like, man, that dude was good.
When Bud said, if you think you're still the best, prove it in the ring, you could almost see Floyd's jaw tighten. Because deep down, even he knows what we're realizing. Crawford isn't just the face of boxing. He is boxing. So the question remains, has Floyd Mayweather's time passed, or is there still one fight left for the legend? Drop your thoughts below and hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.